It is Thursday, August 20th, 2026. This is another edition of Baseball Today presented to you by T-Mobile. That is my man, Trevor Plouffe. I am Chris Rose, producer Dan along for the ride as well, and so is Andrew McCutcheon. You're feeling cutchy on your shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I look in my closet, I'm like, what am I going to wear today? And there's big old Kutch just staring at me. I have one Kutch, one Yelly. I just go back and forth between these two guys. Just absolute dogs, but both MVPs.
Yes. Kutch, of course, a former first-round pick of the Pittsburgh Pirates, but today we're focusing on a second-round pick in the most recent draft of the Milwaukee Brewers, who made his minor league debut this week. And boy, what an exclamation point on the final chapter.
McGuire, the righty, deals the 1-0, and Stroh elevates one high and deep to right field. That's at the wall. It is gone. Number one as a pro for Sawyer Stroh, and the Rattlers are out in front.
Oh, well, sorry. Speaking of family time. Hi, Isla. Bye, Isla. There she goes. So Sawyer hits his first minor league homer. You're thinking, what's the big deal? I mean, guys do that all the time, every summer. Except not everybody's dad catches the home run. How incredible is that?
I mean, it's insane. First of all, where's Dad sitting? Is that like a party box out there in right center? He's just having a good time, it seems like. And I played at the Timber Rattlers field before. I believe it's the same one. Awesome. That's like you're watching your son fulfill his dream, hit a first pro homer, and you're there to catch it. I don't know. Did he have a glove on? I couldn't really see.
I don't think so.
Did he catch it, or did he like on a ricochet?
Well, there was a video out on social media where it came from his perspective. So what an amazing, I don't care.
It doesn't really matter. You're totally right.
Yeah. Awesome moment. Well, at least the kid didn't have a hard time getting the first home run ball back.
Yeah, and that's like a story now you get to tell like the rest of your life. You're like, oh yeah,
Yes.
Hey, when he hit his first homer, I caught it.
That's pretty neat. That is true tip of the cap, even though I'm not wearing one. So there you go. All right. We are going to get this show going with our friends over at Amazon because it's time for our most valuable moment, powered by Amazon. Just like Amazon helps you find the most value for every dollar during back-to-school season, let's break down the most valuable moment, or should I say moments, from the ninth inning in Pittsburgh on Wednesday and what made it stand out.
Maybe a two-seamer here and there.
To left field, if it's fair, it's a tie game. Oh my goodness! Clear the deck. Drive to right field, toward the foul pole, and it is gone! It's gone! They walk it off! Brandon Lau! Oh my goodness! Best win of the year! Buccos win the series!
Yeah, and some great calls as well. Great moment for the Pirates, who haven't had a ton of them here in the second half as they see their chances kind of fading away. But what was the bigger deal? The Pirates' comeback, or the fact that Paul Skenes once again did not get out of the fifth?
Well, if you're looking around the race right now in the National League, are the Pirates really a part of it anymore? They're 5.5 games out of a wild card. So I got to go with Paul Skenes because it's a hot topic around baseball.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because when you watch him throw, there are some things that kind of stand out about it. Like the command necessarily isn't where it used to be. You can see the fastball not playing up as much. The velos, this last start was around kind of what he's been this year, but it's down from years past. A lot of articles talking about fastball shape and how, it's not an elite fastball shape, so he needs the velo. Every mile an hour, half a mile an hour you go down, the hitter's eyes light up because you're like, okay, I got a better shot at that. So there's kind of like a lot of different things going on with Paul, and I think that's the crux of it because everyone's trying to pinpoint one thing going on with Skenes. Why are his numbers this way? When really it kind of does seem like it's a little bit of everything. Command, velo being down. I think the biggest thing, and we talked about before earlier in the season, like look at what the Pirates did in the offseason. What did we say they needed to do? Go get offense.
They had to get a real offense.
And because of that, like defense suffered. You look at Skenes' Savant page right now, his expected ERA, which takes into account batted balls and influence in defense, 3.18. So we're talking about almost a full point difference in ERA actual to expected ERA. So like there's a lot of stuff going on. I think there is my old trainer, Brad Newman, shout out, sent me some side-by-side clips of Skenes. And he's like, man, like he's just getting across his body a little bit. I can fix him. And he sent me a bunch of stuff. So like there's mechanical stuff going on. And from that, there's command stuff going on. A little bit lack of velo, bad defense. Like it's death from 1,000 paper cuts right now if you're talking about his numbers. And I guess I don't know where you go if you're the Pirates. We talked about shutting him down. I don't know if that's the right thing. He's at 139 innings pitched right now. You probably want to get him up to wherever he needs to get to, and you'd probably start with cleaning up the mechanics. You can't really do anything about the defense right now. There's nothing you can do. So clean the mechanics up, make sure everything's right structurally, and just kind of let him go. But yeah, it is alarming to see our guy. I mean, this is like our GOAT. We labeled him the best pitcher in baseball last 2 years. He hasn't been that this year.
Well, I will say this. At the beginning of the season, if you hit the fast forward button with 5 weeks to go, I didn't think we would be talking about Paul Skenes being one of the weaker parts of the Pirates. Like, we're always...
I don't know if he is. He's not.
He's probably not one of the weaker parts. I'm going to rephrase, Your Honor. An issue with the Pirates. It is an issue. It has become an issue because now he has to answer it virtually every start. I mean, they just pushed back his start. He went a full 7 days of rest here. And yes, did the velo tick up? Yes. Was the command there? No. Tied a season high with 4 walks. Went 4 1/3. I think it's now been a half dozen times this year where he hasn't gotten out of the 5th. That's too much for this guy. And I don't have the answers. I mean, look, I'm just kind of a fan. I covered the sport for 3 decades, but that's what I consider myself first and foremost. All I can tell you is this: last 5 starts, less than 24 innings pitched, 17 earned, 15 walks, an ERA of nearly 6.5, and he has not thrown 6+ innings in a game in over a month. That's not good enough for his standards. He's not, I mean, I guarantee you, because Paul Skenes answers every question at his locker after a game, and he does it with the same tone. He barely raises his voice. He knows that he hasn't been good. And so he's searching for the answers more than we are.
This is such a great topic of debate for expected stats and real stats. Like this is like the hot button issue because if you look at it, the regular stats and ERA, obviously, it's valuable, but there's other pitchers don't look at their ERA. They just don't. They don't. It's full 2 points up from where it's been. It's 196, 197. Now it's 395. So there is that. But if you look at F-WAR, Paul Skenes is 9th in baseball with pitchers. So he's still in the upper echelon of pitchers. You look at expected stats, he's still kind of doing what he needs to do. Is it as good as it was the last 2 years? No. But it's still much better than what's been the product on the field.
That is a good point. But that's for us. That's for us to discuss and maybe some front office people. If you were to ask Paul Skenes, are you okay with what has gone on and what has transpired because your expected numbers are significantly better? Do you think he'd say he'd be happy?
No, pitchers want real statistics too, but it does give them peace of mind.
That the process is right?
That the process is right. Now, again, I don't think it's completely right for him. I think he would say, "Hey, I gotta clean some things up, whatever that may be. You gotta find it out. You gotta tinker and get better." But yeah, I think that talking to pitchers, they each one has 1 to 2 stats that they'll go to. Most of the time, it's FIP, but there's a couple different stats they'll go to and say, "Okay, well, let's see what's going on." Like right now, his BABIP is 10th in baseball, 308, like 10th worst in baseball. You know who has the worst BABIP of any pitcher in the league right now that's qualified?
I do not.
Christopher Sanchez, 340. That's insane.
That is insane. Wow. I'll finish it with this. That if at the beginning of the year you told me on August 20th that the Pirates would be 5.5 games out of the wild card chase, I guarantee my argument would have been, damn it, they didn't do enough to fix the offense. That's not it this year. That is not it. Hasn't been as good as it was, I believe, the first half of the year. But, God, I wanted them to be in this thing.
I want to see where they rank now with runs scored. I'm going to get it up real quick. Just hang with me here. Because they were like second in baseball. So they're third in baseball right now. Run score. Their offense is
But-
ticked up, but they lost a lot defensively.
Yeah. So it hasn't dropped. God dang it, man. Pirates fans, kind of fill us in because unfortunately, the Pirates have not been a part of the narrative like the last month, it feels like. So just kind of fill us in on where it has all gone wrong. And it's not just Skenes, but he was so special the first 2 years that now we're dealing with expected numbers instead of what we're really seeing. That's odd. That's odd. I'm confident he'll get it back. I want to see him finish strong. I would like to see them maybe curb his innings. I don't want to see a total shutdown, but I understand what you're getting at. And once again, thanks to our partners at Amazon. Shop back to school at Amazon. Spend less on your kids. All right, we're going to take a turn to the American League East. And boy, there were some tempers boiling over with some questionable things that happened down in St. Petersburg. We'll get to that momentarily. But let's start with the Orioles-Yankees game, which took technology to new heights.
Pete Alonso, the two-out batter, on a night where he has homered. Alonso drills it. That ball is headed for the moon. Will it stay fair? It's foul. Oh, no.
I'm probably going to take a look at this.
This is a crew chief review of the ball, foul ball.
Oh, that ball went over, foul ball.
That's a fair ball.
Yep.
That is inside the pole, and Pete knows it. This just has to be overturned. It has to be. And here we go. Here's Will Little.
After review, the ball in the field stands.
Oh, my gosh. Come on, Will.
Okay, sorry. Alonso would eventually strike out to end the at-bat. The Yankees would win the game. Here's Sweet Pete.
Simple fix is like football. You have the pylon camera, like with the plane, where it shoots right across the goal line. And I feel like for us, we could easily have a laser or a camera that shoots straight up. I mean, for me, I'm not the only one. It happens all the time to a bunch of guys throughout the course of the year. It happens a lot during the season. Obviously, this is a big game in division, so obviously this one's going to be a little bit more amplified. But this happens quite a few times throughout the season, more than you would think.
I thought that was a pretty good explanation, to be honest.
I love when guys are just like, just put a laser on it. Because I thought the exact same thing. But, I'm a high school grad. Yeah, I agree that was a homer. I don't know how that call stood. I don't understand that. I don't get it. New York, you guys got to figure that out in that replay booth. But, yeah, there's, I saw all sorts of stuff online. Like, let's just make the foul poles even taller. Why can't we just do that? Just keep going with.
Well, now we're getting into city codes and stuff with that, right?
There's got to be some sort of. I think he's right. It's really funny to say just shoot a laser up there, but I think he's right. Like if we can do an automated strike zone, we can't do like an automated fair foul up the. What do you call it? A fair or a foul pole?
It's called the foul pole,
It's a
but
foul pole. Yeah,
it's technically the fair pole.
I
Because
know.
if it hits
So maybe let's start there and just call it what it's supposed to be called, the fair pole. But yeah, there's got to be a fix because that does. You do your job. You hit a home run. It's the hardest thing to do as a hitter, and you don't get rewarded for it because I don't know. Someone in New York was like, I don't know if it did or not. We're going to stick with the call on the field. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and by the way, when the announcing crew was like, come on, Will Little. I know that they were kind of tongue-in-cheek at that point a little bit. It's not Will's fault. They go back to the replay center, so they stick with... Look, umpires make bad calls all the time on the field. It certainly looks like... I think that's a home run, I guess. When you turn around at third base...
That's a horrible angle right there.
How easy is it for you to tell when you're a third baseman?
When it's over?
Yeah.
It's not that easy to tell. So it's, you need multiple angles. You need to be able to slow it down. Like in live time, it's hard to tell. So I don't mind, the call on the field to me is not the issue here. It's like being able to slow it down and you have multiple angles. You should be able to get the call right. But again, there is solutions for this. There's a lot of solutions for a lot of things in baseball. They're just kind of on the back burner, this being one of them.
Chris Bassett, Orioles pitcher, said afterward, it's strictly a cost thing. That the reason baseball doesn't want to do it is because of cost. Do you think that's accurate?
How much could that cost?
Well,
let's just call it $1 million for every stadium. I know that sounds like a lot of money, but to Major League Baseball, $30 million is not that much.
No, it's not. Pete Alonso said afterward that, and he explained it. I mean, he had a 5-minute post-game press conference going over this whole thing. He said what he was told is that they had to have multiple angles in order to prove that it was conclusive. That's what he said.
I don't know.
Would you like the league? See, this is what I don't like about this sport. I mean, I don't like some things.
Okay.
And with the league office, I hate it when they run and hide. This should be a main topic today. Like if I'm in the commissioner's office, and I don't know who does the rules these days, who would oversee this part of it, but this should be, you should be in front of the camera. Hell, even if you want to do it on your own league-owned network, which I don't think is right because they won't ask all the tough questions, but you should answer questions.
Hey, what's like the person that comes out and gives all the notes for the president? I don't even know who it is right now.
Not the press secretary.
Yeah, the press secretary. I was looking for that.
To come out and have the.
Yeah, we need a press secretary for Manfred. Let's go.
Well, they do have, Pat Courtney has been, and Pat's a really good guy, but Pat doesn't.
Weekly, that would be sweet, I think.
Ooh.
Right?
Weekly addressing of the baseball media. Could you imagine John Heyman in the front row, like at baseball's equivalent of the White House, going, "Hey Pat, so I have a question about Tarek Skubal possibly going back to the Tigers. What do you think? Is that going to happen or not?" That's my Heyman.
I could see that actually. Yeah. I mean, hey, it's entertainment. Those things that happen at the White House are like. Those clips go viral all the time.
Now, should we get a representative to ask questions at the White House?
Yeah, of course.
And if so, who gets? Is that a Jake role?
No. We send one of our minions, and I'm not going to say who a minion is in our company.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's actually sounds like a mean word. I don't mean it. I meant young people.
All right. So, which one of our content creators should we send?
Jimmy Norb.
Baseball league offices at the weekly press conference for baseball.
Not Jack Doyle.
Everything. I think we got away a little bit from the Pete Alonso home run, non-home run. I could be wrong here.
You know what I think it was?
Good.
Yeah, I think it was a homer.
So let us know in the comments section. Did you think it was a homer initially? Did you think so after seeing multiple replays or whatever you found online? Because there's all sorts of different angles. Would you like to see baseball change the technology? Would you like to see? I like Plouffe's idea of having maybe a press conference every week to address what's going on in the sport. Or maybe not every week, maybe once a month. We could do that 6 times a year. I'm fine with that. And most importantly, who should represent John Boy Media at this thing if we ever get it off the ground? All right, we'll continue on. Blue Jays have been playing well. They were right in the game against the Tampa Bay Rays. They were primed to maybe take another series. Max Scherzer got in a little bit of trouble, a couple walks, base hit, bases are loaded in a 1-run game, and then things just fell apart in the outfield.
And that's a popper. Short left with some hang time. And Sanchez has that one bounce and then kick away from him. And the Rays are going to get a couple on this one. How about that?
Oh, he is livid, and I do not blame him.
You don't want to be on the wrong end of Max Scherzer's stare of death, do you?
I mean, yeah, you got to catch that ball. There's no doubt about it. I always say this, though, and I have the most respect for Max Scherzer, ever. Faced him a ton. Understand he's a Hall of Famer. There's sometimes as a position player, you're looking at the pitcher and you want to do what he does, but you can't. Do you know what I'm saying? I get you're frustrated. I get that he's supposed to catch that ball. I understand all of it. And as a third baseman, if you're on the team, you're like, you probably do the same thing. You're like, let's go, man. That costs us a run. Then you zoo the throw in. Scherzer's got to go pick it up. I think that's another part that really got him pissed off. He had to go fetch the ball as well. But like if you're walking the house, do I sit at third base going like this? You don't. You don't. So I don't know. Usually pitchers don't do that. Max Scherzer gets a pass because of what he's done in this game, but
Should he?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess he's earned it. He's earned it. I wouldn't say anything to Scherzer if I was on that team and he did that. I wouldn't be like, "Hey, Max, you're in the wrong." But if he was a rookie pitcher or 1-2 years in, I'd say, "Hey, man, don't do that. Like we're all trying our best out there."
Different standards.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's different standards. It's okay to have different standards. You earn certain standards.
You're right.
We don't just give standards away. I don't know when that happened in our society where everybody gets the same standards. That's not the case. You got to earn it. Max Scherzer's earned it. I wouldn't say a damn thing to him. But, Zebby Matthews, who would never do this, by the way, I'd say, Zeb, you can't be showing up the outfielder like that.
Right.
And you tell me that's wrong?
No, I don't know. I'm asking the question.
I
don't think it's wrong one bit. Now, here's the nice thing. Scherzer said afterward, that's not why he said, I cannot walk those two guys and give it a base hit. I put us in the wrong position. So he went and took responsibility as he always does after a game. Sanchez, nowhere to be found, did not talk with the media, I believe.
I don't like
Correct
that.
me if I'm wrong on that. And if so, I take it back. But I thought that's what I read.
Look, they're also not going to talk to every single person in the game. Scherzer's going to get talked to after his start.
No, but if you're at the center, this. If you're at the center of a really big play, somebody's going to want to talk to you.
But we also don't know if he ran out of the clubhouse or if he was at his locker doing his regular thing and just didn't get approached because maybe they were talking to Scherzer too long. You don't have to stand and wait for people to talk to you. You do your normal thing, and if they stop you, they stop you.
You also don't need to talk to the media.
So because I know our social media team is going to clip this. Don't make me seem like I hate Scherzer. I'm making I'm not mad at Max Scherzer.
We know you're
just
not
making
mad.
A point.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, we used to Brady's high school team. There was a dad when our kids would make an error when his kid was on the mound, and he would say, "Come on, guys, let's pick it up." And I'd have to go over to him and I'd say, "Hey, when your son is giving up bombs, not one of us says shit."
That's what I'm talking about. So you have experience with it.
Yeah, absolutely. On a much, much, much smaller scale. But that's part of the sport. But I also don't mind it when guys get into it a little bit on the field. I know.
Neither do I.
I know there's a really thin line between showing emotion and showing guys up. Very, very thin line. But I think that Scherzer was like every Blue Jays fan. Like, dude, I know metrically you're one of the worst outfielders in the sport, and you zooed another ball in the outfield in that same game. Can you help us out a little bit? If you're not going to have a 900 OPS, can you maybe just a little?
Yeah, and I guess there's another caveat to it. If you have a guy that is a poor defender, okay, and he's not working on it, and he's not putting in the time,
which we don't know. We don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm giving a hypothetical here. Then it's free reign. Then I'll be like, hey, yeah, go talk shit if you want because he's not putting in the work. So there's a lot of nuances here that go around in the clubhouse, as you know. So it's I don't know. It's a fun topic. I actually like talking about stuff like that.
I do too. It is fun. Hey, today's episode, it is sponsored by Hims. Weight loss, hard enough without the right support behind it. Weight Loss by Hims now offers access to an affordable range of FDA-approved GLP-1 medications, including the Wegovy pill and the Wegovy pen. Did you know Wegovy is the first ever GLP-1 pill for weight loss, so there are no needles needed, and you combine it with diet and exercise, it can help lose up to 20% of body weight. Now, everything happens online. You connect with a licensed provider, and if prescribed, medication ships right to your door. No insurance necessary. So question for you. Are you ready to reach your goals? Visit hims.com/baseball today to get a personalized, affordable plan that gets you. That is Hims, HIMS.com/baseball today. Hims.com/baseball today. Weight Loss by Hims, not available in all 50 states. Wegovy is the registered trademark of Novo Nordisk A/S. To get started and learn more, including important safety information, Wegovy clinical study information and restrictions, visit hims.com. I know Hims is smiling right now because we're going to be talking about Hims twins right now. Oh, you were so worried coming into the week. Oh, they might fade, and they've got the big bad Atlanta Braves coming to town. Well, Mr. Plouffe, let's see what transpired.
It's been tough. We'll see if Clemens can change that. Pulled to right field. Over is Acuna, and that will land. Josh Bell will score, and Cody Clemens, lefty on left, delivers yet again. And the Twins have a 5-4 lead.
Well, you wake up on a Thursday morning and look who's got sole possession of the third and final wild card in the American League. Go ahead. The table is yours. Explain to us why 5 weeks from now the Twins might be standing tall in the very same position.
Okay. Great series. Obviously, you get the sweep, but this was a snapshot of what the Twins have been doing all season long. If the starters give them a chance, especially over the last 2 months, the bullpen has been fantastic, which was our Achilles heel early in the year. Bullpen's been fantastic. We made some adjustments in there. Hoffman's been great. Yuendrys Gomez has been the find of the year. He's converted every single save opportunity that he's been given. So, like, it's been awesome to see. So, bullpen's been good. If the starters give us a shot, the offense, it's like they just chip away, man. They just chip away. Although in this series we had the early lead every single game, but they don't stop scoring. It's pretty crazy how much they score late in games, 7th, 8th, 9th inning. They're able to push across a lot of runs. So, when you're down a couple runs, the bullpen's been good. So, they're gonna hold, and then you have an offense that scores. Like we've been in a lot of games that the starters have given us a chance. That's what happened this series. Cody Clemens is having a fantastic year. A lot of clutch hitting. If you look at his overall numbers, his on-base percentage drives it down. But I don't know, man. They are a fun team to watch. And yes, I understand it's the American League and they're still 2 games under 500, but this is the world we live in, people. And yes, we're in a playoff spot. And yes, right now we'll be facing the Astros in a wild card set. And I like our freaking chances. And then it's on to the divisional series. We're going to beat the Yankees. And who knows what happens? Twins, Dodgers, World Series? Let's go.
Wow. Okay. Twins, Dodgers, World Series. Just like, what was it, 1966, I believe?
Were they the Senators at that time?
No.
Okay.
All right. You just convinced me until 2 days from now when somebody else holds the third spot. Seriously, over the last week, we've had the Twins, the Tigers, the O's, the Jays, the Rangers. At some point have held at least a share of it, I think. Holy smokes.
I want to give Cody Clemens a little bit more love because okay, this is going to sound weird. I don't think it's easy being the son of a former big leaguer, especially one with Roger Clemens' shadow. Like, oh, that's just Roger's son, Nepo baby, whatever it is. This kid's a grinder. He's been our best defender, not named Byron Buxton, and he's played all over the field, first base, second base, outfield. He's been great. He's been fantastic. And he's had like clutch hit after clutch hit after clutch hit. I don't know. It's been pretty cool to see. He's a guy that was bouncing around organizations, finally gets a chance here to play more with the Twins, and he's taking advantage of it.
Yes, Nepo baby from this standpoint. He might have gotten a look because his last name was Clemens. You don't make it to where he is unless you've got talent and desire. And I think he's a remarkable story. I did love it during the Field of Dreams when Pops was in the booth. I hated it for Cody that Twins are getting smacked around a little bit. That's never fun, having a conversation with a guy who's playing defense and like all of a sudden the team's getting their teeth kicked in. I don't like, but that's just poor timing. But it was fun. It's a remarkable journey. I loved seeing he and his dad have, play some catch there in Iowa. Great. And he's a good kid, man.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy. Very, very happy for him. I have no idea if you were to say, and I'm sure I'll ask it again with 1 month to go, who you're giving the edge to in this race. I have no freaking idea. Zero.
I mean, like, I'm the biggest Twins fan there is. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot.
7 teams within 2.5 games of that last
Because
spot.
I do think this, Chris. You're talking Baltimore, Detroit, Cleveland, Toronto, Texas, Minnesota, and even Seattle. It's 7 games under, but only 2.5 games out. Maybe I'm ready to call them dead, but I can't. One of those teams is going to go on a significant run. That's my true belief. I do not think we're going to end up with a third wild card under 500. I think that we're going to have a third wild card that's probably, let's call it, I think 84 wins will probably win the third wild card. Yeah, I think a team is going to go on a run. I truly do.
I'll take the under. Let us know in the comments section. Does that 6th seed, the last wild card in the AL, get over 81 wins? Let us know. And if so, who's got the inside track? Let's go, people. All right, this episode sponsored by SeatGeek. Covering baseball every day means it's go time. MLB playoffs, not all that far away. NFL, almost here. NBA, it'll be a couple weeks into October, and we're going to be tipping again. If you want to actually be there for any of it, you need our friends over at SeatGeek. With over 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. Over 70,000 events across sports, concerts, and festivals. MLB's official ticket marketplace. We're talking every baseball ticket is fully guaranteed and instantly fulfilled. And they're always, always looking out for your wallet. I am going to Guardians Angels next week. I went on SeatGeek looking for my seats, and I love it because they color-coded. Green dots means it's a great deal. Red dot means keep looking. It even could be the best seat in the house right behind the dugout. If it's got a red dot, that means, okay, the view's fine. Not great for your wallet. Of course, I got a code for you guys. You can use Baseball 2026 for 10% off your next set of MLB tickets at SeatGeek. That is 10% off any MLB tickets. The promo code Baseball 2026. I just used it myself. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you very much, SeatGeek. Well, people that have been piling into Citi Field, they have been awfully excited over the last several weeks. They've won 4 of their last 5 series. They just took 2 out of 3 from the hottest team in baseball, the San Diego Padres. Prior to that series finale on Wednesday, owner Steve Cohen answered a bunch of questions, including the future of President of Baseball Ops, David Stearns.
I'm committed to David. I've said that before. I can, you know, we're going to move forward, and I thought we had a great trade deadline. You know, listen, David is smart. He knows what he's doing. He's very adaptable. He learns from mistakes, and that's what I want in a leader.
Okay, I've got 2 questions. Let's start with this. Do you believe that he is going to stick with him?
I kind of do. He sounds like he's, yeah, I mean, like the tone of his voice and the answer, I feel like he is going to continue to give him a shot. Does that change after next year? Like it could. But as of right now, if you're asking me, like, basically, is he going to be the president of baseball ops going into 2027? I believe yes. So
you believe Steve Cohen is telling the truth?
I do. I feel like you do not believe that Steve Cohen is telling the truth. The only reason I say that too is like, it's like the devil, you know. I don't like who you're going to go out and get somebody and completely have to start over. I don't know if that's the case. You know, Stearns was supposed to come in there and kind of revamp the player development, kind of bolster the farm system. Now they're right now, I just looked up the rankings. They're 18th in farm system rankings, which is down from their preseason rank, but they also have graduated some guys. So that hurts them. But I think that's mainly what this is about. Eventually you got to win at the big league level too. Obviously not the case this year for the Meds, but I think he will be the running the show in 2027. Yes.
I agree with you. I think he is also going to be running the show. To me, the bigger question is, should he be? And for that, I say absolutely. I did not MF a lot of his moves in the offseason. So if David Stearns was wrong, then I was wrong too. The Edwin Diaz, Devin Williams, look, that's blown up in both teams' faces. I don't know why Edwin Diaz walked out the door for basically $3 more million. I mean, I do. If you want to go play for the Dodgers, I guess I get it. I did not have a problem with the Peralta move. I did have a little bit of a problem with the Simeon Nimmo. I thought that one, and I actually, now I'm going back and thinking, I hated the way he handled Alonso the last couple of years. I truly hated that one.
Was that a Stearns thing with Alonso?
I don't know.
I'm also curious about that. Like, okay, yes, Stearns is the president of baseball, but he ain't the owner of the team.
He is not.
Final say is Uncle Steve.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's discussions back and forth, especially I feel, and again, I'm not in these discussions. I think that he wants to be involved in some of these decisions.
Yeah, I guess the more I look back at it, I hated the Alonso move because I'm a big Pete guy. I mean, I know that he's
everyone hated the Alonso move. Like literally every single person who saw Pete move on to the Orioles was like, why is he moving on to the Orioles?
And I liked Bichette from the hitter standpoint. I just hated the way that they were moving guys around the infield to unfamiliar positions. So I didn't agree with that, but I still thought they were going to be good enough. I didn't think it was going to be the dumpster fire that we saw in the first half. Now, they've been considerably better over the last 3 to 4 weeks. But, I mean, they were so far out of it. So now I've almost convinced myself that he doesn't deserve another shot. I'm confusing myself.
It was a departure. I think they wanted to be – he came out and said, we want to be the Dodgers. Everyone wants to kind of do that. And you got a guy that came from the Brewers, and he kind of got away from that magic. Run prevention magic, like that got away from them. If you focused on offense or clubhouse culture, whatever the hell it was, like it just moving everyone around was an attempt to get back that run prevention. But you can't believe that's going to work. I don't understand why in baseball today we've put such little value in keeping guys at one position. We've gotten so far away from that. It's just like, oh, well, put them here. This is an easier position to play. It's like, what? That's just not how it works. It's not how it works. And I've seen it all around baseball. The Twins surely have done that a ton, where it's like, what are we doing? Go look at the best defensive teams, or honestly the best teams. They don't move guys around a ton. They have their guys and they stick with them. So I don't know. There's such an interesting study about like how a team should be run or switching up and trying different things. I think he's going to be the GM. I don't know who you go to, and I don't know.
All right, so give me a yes or no. Should he be? Just yes or no next year. I think so too. But this is it. This is the last one.
You think last year, like 2027, they stink again? He's got to be gone.
Yes.
Mid-season.
They've already changed the manager, right or wrong. And the good things are, he convinced Steve Cohen to open up his wallet for Juan Soto and Luke Weaver. Great moves. The rest of it has been fishy at best. I don't know, Mets fans. I'm not going to bother Jolly Olive on his honeymoon to answer in the comments section, so you can take the place of Jolly Olive in our comments section. Let us know where you sit with David Stearns. Out? I think out would be the easy thing. I'm sure 75% of Mets fans would be on board. But if you want him in, explain why for another year at least. Let's go for it. So whether we're at Citi Field or Dodger Stadium or wherever the Twins schedule takes Trevor Plouffe, one thing we both love is the fact when we scour the stands and we see our John Boy Media merch in the crowd. It is great. It makes us feel complete and loved and respected and all of that stuff. Well, guess what, folks? That reach does not happen by accident. That barrier to starting a real business has basically disappeared. There's no physical storefront needed. There is no massive startup fund. You can build something from anywhere, and I am talking about our friends over at Shopify. That is the place that can get the entire thing done for you with so little help from you. And once you figure this out, Shopify makes sure the people who find your product actually buy it. Shop Pay. We're talking about one click at checkout. There's fewer abandoned carts. You know those people who are like, yeah, I'm going to get this and this and this, and their cart piles up, and they never hit the pay button. Well, Shop Pay is one click at checkout. You get more completed orders. There's low barrier to get started, conversion built right into the platform. That's what makes this whole thing work, people. Start your free trial at shopify.com/today. All right, last thing before we get out of here. Little League World Series underway in Williamsport, where all these teams gather from around the globe, and we have already had a couple of fantastic finishes.
3-2. On the ground, right field, base hit. Sevilla is up with it. Throw to the plate, the tag! Ball game! Nicaragua wins it! Center field, the game is over!
That's the kid from New Jersey, the Connecticut. All they did was walk him. So now we understand why nobody fed him a pitch, because he's going to hit it 480 feet that away.
Yeah, why didn't they walk him again? What are we doing? That's your game plan, and then the most crucial part of the game, you don't walk him?
Well, no, that happened in the game to get to Williams.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, different state involved in this one. So I've got a question about the play in right field. I mean, was that a rover out there? Where are you playing?
Yeah, I mean, no respect to the batter's opposite field power. No respect. We should tell Eddie Escobar that all the time. Like, we'd be in the dugout, we'd see somebody playing shallow, be like, Eddie, no respect. They got no respect for you. And it was so funny. But yeah, that's basically what happened. Hit it over my head, you can't. Except if you're this kid.
My God.
Look, I'm neck deep in youth baseball right now.
Yes, you are.
We got to move the fences back, or get rid of these bats. Look, you're a big kid. I get it. There's always going to be guys that hit homers, but like, I see clips all the time of these swings that are producing home runs. I'm not saying that's one of them. They're not good swings, and our youth is getting rewarded for them. And I think that's like, that's not good.
Well,
for development.
You know what it's all about. It's all about the almighty dollar. That's it. And by the way, it terrifies me. These kids are that close, and some of these big kids could hit a line shot. And that is
also the case. Have you seen like these Cooperstown highlights, man? The fences are so tiny. Everyone's just hitting homers. And yes, there's massive kids. You can the mound is how far away? 48,
45, I think. 46. I forget what it is, but it's close. And yeah, it's terrifying. I mean, Brady played in it, so I've lived it already, and we got out of there. So I'm happy. I feel
two things. Youth baseball. Call me a grumpy old man. Don't give a shit. Small barrels for everybody. Mm-hmm. Get rid of these big barrels. Get them out. They are so counterproductive to development. Get them out. Small barrels back, and stop juicing the freaking bats so much. And they break. They're so juiced that they break. They crack all the time. What are we doing? I can't stand it. So if you're a bat manufacturer out there, I don't care who you are. There's a bunch of you. You stink right now. Figure it out.
And stop charging us $443
especially when they break. All the time.
Okay. Go have a good Little League practice today. Love it. We're back at it again on Friday. We cannot wait for our one-of-a-kind producer, Dan Rourke, the uber-talented Trevor Plouffe. Woo! He's coming for you. I am Chris Rose. We will see you Friday on Baseball Today, presented to you by T-Mobile.